Relatives can borrow a house. I knew Z would understand. You can stay there, but the agreement will say 3 months, a 200,000 yuan deposit, and you cover utilities and property fees. Any damaged furniture must be paid for. If you refuse to leave, I'll call the police and sue. Uncle, Auntie, and Joe Hao all have to sign. Chen Ji, what is that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. I'm your aunt and you're making me sign a contract? It's my house. Anyone who borrows it has to sign. Sis, listen to her. I came here asking nicely, but she's treating me like a stranger. All these years, I cared about her for nothing. Auntie, how exactly did you care about me? After I started working, your family borrowed 80,000 yuan and never paid back a cent. When Joe Hao bought his car, you said he was 20,000 short, so I sent it. When grandma was hospitalized, you asked me to cover everyone first, so I paid 60,000. By caring. Do you mean always making me pay? Families are supposed to help each other. Who keeps track like this? You remember everything when borrowing, but forget when it's time to repay. Gee, that's enough. Mom, if we don't settle this today, they'll move in tomorrow. Chen Jai, I finally see the truth. You just don't want to help us. You'd rather leave that house empty than lend it to us. Your cousin's getting married the day after tomorrow, and her family wants to see the house. You're lending it whether you like it or not. If Hao Hao's wedding falls apart, I won't let this go. Jia, your aunt spoke harshly because she's anxious. Your cousin already sent out the wedding invitations. If you do this, how is your mother supposed to face her family again? Mom, have you ever wondered why Joe Hao dared to send those invitations? Did he already tell the bride's family that the house was his? He couldn't have. I'm going to check the house. Half an hour later, I arrived at the house. The protective film was still on, but there were fresh scratches around the keyhole. My heart went cold. In my past life, I thought they only got the key after I agreed. It turned out they'd planned to enter before I ever said yes. Miss, did you lose your key? No, I'm keeping someone else from entering without permission. Change the lock. Give me the most secure one you have. That night, I also ordered a door camera and indoor security cameras. Just as my payment went through, Liu Guilian sent me a message. We'll have it unlocked tomorrow morning. The next morning, as soon as the installer left, I adjusted every camera angle. Everything in the living room, entryway, and bedroom stayed exactly where it was. In my past life, I trusted my relatives too much. They changed my locks and shut me out. This time, anyone who tried anything would leave evidence. I opened the camera feed and saw Joe Hao with several people behind him. This is my marital home. It's 120 square meters, faces north and south, and I personally supervised the renovation for 2 months. Not bad, Hao, so you already bought a house. Once her parents see this, what can they possibly complain about? Hao, why won't the door open? Relax, the lock cylinder is probably stuck. A brand new lock is stuck. Chen Ji must have changed it. Isn't this your house? Why would she change your lock? The deed is temporarily in her name. My mom already worked it out with her. We'll live here after the wedding. Why should relatives be so strict about ownership? I saved the video and made another backup. Just wait, Chen Jie. Ting Ting's family is coming the day after tomorrow. Let's see how you handle it. I immediately sent the property deed and Joe Hao's photo to management. No one but me was allowed inside, and no keys were to be loaned out. Perfect. Chen Ji, did you change the lock? It's my house. Am I not allowed to change the lock? You know the bride's family is coming the day after tomorrow. And you know I never agreed to lend you the house. Chen Ji, what happens to the wedding if they learn the house isn't his? So you admit the bride's family doesn't know the truth. It's fine. If you let him live there, it basically becomes his marital home. If I borrowed your savings for 3 months, would that money basically become mine? How can you speak to an elder like that? Ji Yi, your aunt and uncle only have Hao Hao. If you embarrass him in front of the bride's family, how is he supposed to face anyone? But he can face people after pretending my house is his. Stop calling it pretending. The house is sitting empty anyway. What's wrong with letting Hao Hao use it for his wedding? The deed is temporarily in her name. My mom already worked it out with her. We'll live there after the wedding. Why should relatives be so strict about ownership? Auntie, where did that key come from? What key? I don't know. You don't know? Then I'll call the police and have them investigate. Don't you dare! Your cousin is meeting the bride's family the day after tomorrow. Are you trying to ruin him? Why wasn't he worried about ruining himself when he secretly copied my key? Gilin, where did that key come from? Sis, you gave me a spare key before. I only let Hao Hao use it to look at the house. When did I ever give you a key? Enough, it's just a key. Why make such a scene? Today it's just a key, tomorrow it'll be the entire house. You think it's nothing, I don't. Gee, your aunt is sorry, how about this? Ting Ting's family is coming the day after tomorrow. Don't show up. Once they've seen the house, we can discuss it. You want me to help you deceive them? Can't we explain everything slowly after they're married? No, I'll be waiting inside the house. If Joe Hao claims it's his, I'll show them the deed myself. Chen Ji, do you really have to take it this far? I'm not causing this. You were the ones who did something wrong. Jume, are you really letting your daughter treat your family this way? Auntie, my mother doesn't owe her family a house, and I don't owe Joe Hao a wedding. Fine, if you've got the nerve to show up when the bride's family comes, don't regret it. Some truths had to be seen firsthand. At 10 the morning after next, I arrived at the house early. In my past life, Joe Hao's family eventually broke this couch, and his child covered the walls in crayon. They dismissed every loss by saying, kids don't know any better. This time whoever damaged something would pay. This is the one. Great location, great floor, and I personally chose all the renovations. How big is it? 120 square meters with 3 bedrooms and 2 living areas. How much is left on the mortgage? Not much. A mortgage is normal for young people. What matters is that they already have a home, so Ting Ting won't have to rent after the wedding. I knew Lin Ting Ting had probably seen my reply from the night before. The real owner had finally arrived. Why aren't you opening the door? Mom had the key in her purse last night. Mom, get it. Oh, I think I forgot it. It's fine. I'll call property management. Cousin, why didn't you tell me you were bringing people to see my house? Her house? Chenji, what are you doing here? It's my house. Why shouldn't I be here? Ji, watch what you say. This is an important day for your cousin. Auntie, hiding the truth is important too. Johao, didn't you say this house belonged to you? Ting Ting, let me explain. The house belongs to my cousin, but we're family. We already agreed that we'd live here after the wedding. Who agreed to that? My mom worked it out with your mom. The bride's family is coming the day after tomorrow. You're lending us the house whether you like it or not. You call that an agreement? Mrs. Liu, you told me yesterday that your family had prepared this house for Johao's marriage. Please don't misunderstand. Our family is very close to Chenji's. Letting Hao Hao use the house only takes one word from us. Please look for yourselves. I paid the down payment and every mortgage payment. Johao hasn't paid a single cent. Johao, you pretended someone else's house was yours and lied to us? Sir, I didn't mean to lie. My mom said the house was empty and my cousin isn't getting married anytime soon. I'm not getting married soon, so you rushed to move in for me? So the marital home in your social media photos was this place too. I knew your family's financial situation couldn't have improved that suddenly. Please don't put it that way. The kids are about to get married. Why ruin everything over one house? This isn't about one house. It's about your family hiding the truth from the beginning. Are you satisfied now, Chenji? You just had to humiliate me in front of outsiders. When you lied to them, did you ever worry about humiliating them? If anyone tries to force their way inside, I'm calling the police. Let's go. Ting Ting, the hotel is booked and the invitations are sent. What am I supposed to do if you leave now? Why didn't you think about what I'd do when you lied to me? Please, let's discuss this. We already paid the bride price, took the wedding photos, and paid the hotel deposit. You can't just cancel the wedding. We'll return the bride price. The wedding is on hold. Thank you, young lady. You did the right thing by telling us the truth. Chenji, you destroyed Hao Hao's wedding. How is our family supposed to face anyone now? I didn't take away your dignity, you threw it away yourselves. That night, Liu Guilan sent a voice message to the family group chat. Chenji ruined my son's wedding and humiliated us in front of the bride's family. We don't need a relative like her. The group chat immediately exploded. Did she really have to say it in front of the bride's family? How is Hao Hao supposed to find another woman now? She got a little money and forgot about family. That's not right. Jo Mei said nothing in the chat, but I knew she had seen everything. Hao Hao's wedding hotel was already booked, and now the bride wants to cancel. How are we supposed to clean up this mess? I knew this tactic too well. As long as it wasn't their problem, everyone could tell someone else to compromise. I opened my computer, exported the records I'd prepared, and posted them in the group. The first sheet listed every loan to Liu Gilan's family. 20,000 yuan for Johao's car, 50,000 for uncle's business, 60,000 for grandma's hospital bill, and another 10,000 when Liu Gilan claimed Johao needed money to get a new job. The second sheet listed gifts for family events. When others gave 200 yuan, we gave 1,000. My mother made me send 3,000 for a relative's graduation banquet, and I gave Johao a 10,000 yuan engagement gift. The third sheet listed everything they'd taken from our family. I didn't exaggerate a single amount. I only included items with proof and ignored anything without records. The total was 386,700 yuan. Since everyone believes relatives should help one another, let's settle the old debts first. Once you've repaid everything, we can discuss the house. The group was completely silent for 3 minutes. How can you act like this? You kept perfect records when we borrowed money. Why does repayment have to be calculated so precisely? You gave us all that willingly. The IOUs say loan, and the messages say temporary help. When did any of it become a gift? After I posted the screenshots, the group became even quieter. Auntie finally lost her patience and called me directly. I started recording before answering. Ji, haven't you gone too far? You posted those debts in the group. How are we supposed to face anyone? When you accused me of ruining your son's wedding, did you care how I would face anyone? You're so petty. How can you ask for that little money back? You're rich now anyway. Because I have money, I'm supposed to spend it on you? Ji, I'm begging you. Your cousin's wedding can't fall apart. The Lins want to cancel it, and where are we supposed to find 128,000 yuan? Cover it for us first. I nearly laughed out loud. Didn't you just say I had gone too far? I was anxious and spoke too harshly. You're younger. You shouldn't hold a grudge against an elder. I'll lend you the money. First, repay the 386,700 yen you already owe me. Then sign a new IOU with a repayment deadline and collateral. You're deliberately making things difficult for us. You're being asked to pay because you lied about the house. What does that have to do with me? Would the Lins have canceled the wedding if you hadn't exposed us in public? Would there have been anything to expose if you hadn't lied? Don't act like you're completely right, Chenji. You're just afraid we'll move in and refuse to leave. I am, because you already copied my key without permission and claimed the house was yours. If you treat relatives this way, none of us will attend your wedding. Thanks, that'll save me the cost of a banquet. After hanging up, I organized the video of Johao trying to enter, the hallway conversation, and the recording from the house viewing. Then I posted everything online. They were the ones who lied, so they could face the consequences. My post hit like a hard slap and completely buried Johao's story. He quickly deleted it. Dad, take mom inside. Gee, stop arguing. Your cousin is probably just angry right now. Mom, this isn't just anger. He thinks that if he makes a big enough scene, I'll give in. I started recording and checked the living room camera again. Once I knew everything was working, I walked to the front door. Chenji, you dare block me? It's my home, why wouldn't I? Gee, you've already made such a mess. What else do you want? Ting Ting's family just canceled the wedding and the hotel won't refund the deposit. You've left us with no way out. Auntie, if the hotel won't refund you, talk to the hotel. Why come to me? Would Ting Ting's family have canceled if you hadn't shown them the deed? Would they have canceled if you hadn't lied? Stop making excuses. You owe us an explanation today. What kind of explanation? Gilan, you're being unreasonable. Your family booked the hotel. Why should my daughter pay for it? Your family has money. Ji could afford that house. So what's 128,000 wan to her? But it's a huge amount to us. Why didn't it seem like a huge matter when you were lying? Ji, your cousin made a mistake, but you can't just watch the Lins sue him. Then let the law handle it. I can't be warm to people who copied my key, damaged my reputation, and now demand that I pay them. Chenji, do you really think I won't make this even bigger? Joe Hao, the door camera, living room camera, and phone recorder are all running. Every word you say will become evidence. You only know how to use that stuff to intimidate people. This isn't intimidation, it's called following the rules. How can anyone live like this? You have money, but turn your back on family. You've left your relatives with nowhere to turn. Everyone, come look. Hello, I'd like to report a disturbance. People are blocking my doorway and threatening me. Understood. Officers are on their way. Gee, don't call the police. Uncle, when they came here demanding that I pay for the wedding, why didn't you tell them to stop? These relatives are shameless. They're making their niece pay for their son's wedding. Who does that? Fine, Chen Jie, if you call the police today, our families are done. You'd better keep your word. Who called the police? I did, officer. They're blocking my doorway, demanding that I pay for their wedding losses, and threatening to keep causing trouble. Financial disputes must go through legal channels. You cannot come here to argue or threaten anyone. If this happens again, we'll take legal action. Officer, we're relatives. We were only having a family discussion. Being relatives doesn't give you the right to trespass, block the door, or threaten someone. I knew they wouldn't let it end there. In my past life, they had taken over my house. This time, they would keep causing trouble. Sure enough, my door camera sent another alert that night. On my phone, I saw Joe Hao standing outside the house, using a tool on the lock with a dark look in his eyes. Hello, I'd like to report someone damaging my front door right now. Keep the line open. We're sending officers immediately. Cousin, this time I didn't have to say anything. You delivered the evidence yourself. By the time Joe Hao was taken to the station, he was half sober. He sat in the chair, avoiding eye contact but still acting defiant. I was in a bad mood. I only messed with the lock a couple of times. I didn't even get inside. The cylinder is broken, the smart lock is ruined, and the door is scratched. Both the property cameras and my door camera prove you did it. Do you really need that little money? You needed a house. Did that give you the right to break into mine? How could you be so foolish? Ji, look at the state your cousin is in. Are you really going to make him face such serious consequences? Auntie, you always say I'm forcing him, but he copied my key, he came to my home and caused trouble, and he damaged my lock in the middle of the night. Tell me, what exactly did I force him to do? Ji, we'll pay for the damage. Can we please let this end here?